Creating a brighter future for families because you matter. The local nonprofit Home Start has been working for decades to prevent child abuse right here in San Diego County. And joining us now with more on the challenges that families can face here and the services that are offered here for your help is Laura Tancredi-Baese, CEO of Home Start. First of all, Laura, thank you for joining us here on The Floor. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me, Heather.
Let's talk about Home Start, which has been around for quite a long time here in San Diego.
52 years.
52 years in San Diego County. For folks who may not be familiar with it, what is Home Start?
Well, we are a social services nonprofit agency. Our mission has always been around preventing child abuse and neglect and strengthening families that have risk factors. And so we provide services through 7 key program areas all around the county.
Let's unpack that just a little bit as far as the services that you do provide for families, for young children, all the way up through the teenage years. What kind of services do you offer?
Well, everything from prevention-oriented services, which might be home visitation, to housing for particular families that are struggling. We have 2 different home visitation programs depending on what the families are facing. We have a poverty prevention program, which helps with employment. We have a thrift boutique social enterprise on Adams Avenue, and we have behavioral health services and a variety of housing.
As far as help for mental health.
Yes.
In San Diego County, for kids, for teens, even for their parents, where do you step in as far as that crisis that we're dealing with here in our county?
Well, I think it is a crisis, and what I've enjoyed seeing is over the last few years, mental health is more an acceptable topic to talk about and to address. So we help, from the very littlest. So we have, a family that's adopted a child, and they're only 18 months old, but they were abused and neglected, so that child's having trouble with attachment. So our evidence-based treatment called parent-child interaction therapy can help that family and that child all the way to school-age children. We do play therapy to a little bit older children. We do trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy, so that's a very proven method, and so kind of everything from young to adults.
Making a big difference here for kids who've been through a lot, to say the least.
Yes.
Some of the success stories along the way. Laura, can you think of anything that sticks out?
There's so much that sticks out, and as a parent and a grandparent, and anything we can do to help our children is so heartwarming. But I can think of one success story recently. It was a 12-year-old girl who was being bullied at school, and you can imagine her mother. She lived with her mother and her brother. And she had gotten so anxious. She was having a lot of anxious, intrusive thoughts, so much so she couldn't go to school. She had suicidal thoughts and self-harm thoughts. And so the mother, out of deep concern, called Home Start. We assigned her to one of our therapists. Right away, she started getting this trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy to help her with her thoughts, help her manage some of that intrusiveness, reframing some of her thinking, a very caring, compassionate therapist who helped her with modifying those kinds of things and really starting to believe in herself more, working on a plan for her to get better sleep, working on a plan for her to realize, what a wonderful young woman she is and how to kind of work on some of that negativity. So right away, she started showing improvement, starting sleeping better. She practiced with her to communicate with others because she had that social anxiety. So within 2 months, mother reported just a huge difference. Within 2 months, so 8 therapy sessions, huge difference, much more confident, much more able to interact with people, no longer those negative thoughts about herself, and
such a success. Are these services open to anybody in the county, or do you need to meet requirements?
Our services are free, and so anybody that's had any kind of a traumatic situation, it could be child abuse, neglect, violence, could be bullying is another example. Free services all over the county.
How do folks get a hold of you? Because I know a lot of people are going to say, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, well, we have a website, so it's www.home-start.org, and we have a drop-down menu, so it lists our different programs, or if you just want to learn more about what we're doing, check out our website, and we have phone numbers and other information there as well.
All right, Laura Tancredi-Baese, CEO of Home Start. Thank you for doing all you do right here in San Diego County. We do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Heather. Great to see you.
Carla.